This is my friend Rocio. She moved here from Mexico about 20 some years ago, but I'll let her share a little bit of that experience with you.
Yeah, so I moved here almost 22 years ago. This December is gonna be 22 actually, with my son. I was pretty young.
Can you tell us a little bit about your experience moving here?
So my experience moving here, it was pretty hard because I didn't speak English. I live in Texas before that, but in Texas everybody speaks Spanish, especially close to the border. And then the language, my son, he was 3 years old, so he didn't speak English either. So I guess the language and the food was pretty hard.
The hardest transitions for you. Did you face much in the way of discrimination?
To be honest, I didn't. I'm pretty sure maybe some looks, but not a specific experiment of discrimination. I know my sister did. She have her business, she cleaned houses, and she experimented a lot of those, but I didn't.
You were talking about your son might have had some. Can you tell us a little bit about maybe the experiences you had?
So my son, and remember 22 years ago, 20 years ago is way different this right now. And I think it was like how you look that people treat you. And I'm a little lighter than my son. My son is a dark skin, super. People actually think now that he's Indian, but no, he's Mexican. He experimented a lot of discrimination with the neighbors or friends, actually at school as well. And he come home crying.
Oh, that's awful.
It was hard.
That really is sad. What are some things that you've done to hang on to your culture, to kind of assimilate to the United States, but hang on to?
So what I did at home, like I was working all the time. I was single mom, but one of the things that I keep it strongly was the food. So I always cook Mexican food. My son loves it, and I try to keep my language at home, speak Spanish. But when Marcos, I think because the discrimination that he experienced, excuse me, he started speak English. And then he come home, and I start talking to him in Spanish, and he respond in English. And all of a sudden, I was just got home, and I was tired, and I just like start understand English as well. So I speak Spanish with him, and he respond in English.
Which I hear is kind of common.
We lose that as well.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. No, I've heard that a lot of times, and
yeah, it was pretty hard.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome the way you've hung on to your traditions and tried to teach your culture. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah.